What's going on, everyone? Los Angeles Lakers have looked like a completely different team the last handful of games. JJ really has these guys playing very well, particularly on the defensive side. Offense is struggling. Lakers currently in these last 5 games, they're 4-1. Offensive rating is 30th in the league. However, defensively, they're number 1 in defensive rating, and they're 9th in total net rating. So they have been very good, and that department, rebounding better, defending better. Problem and the questions that I have is I don't think that we have the athletes and the athleticism to be able to be great on both sides, right? You have guys like Reeves, D'Lo, Rui, right? These guys aren't incredibly athletic, so they're exerting so much on the offense side. And I know Austin Reeves had, 25 and then 16, and then D'Lo had 16 and 20. That was great, but you look at Austin Reeves and, he's 1 of 7 from 3. But the previous game, he actually shot 42% from 3. He was 3 of 7, right? Because he had 2 straight games where he had to exert defensively. It's how much of it is just he just doesn't have that lift in his legs to knock down the shot, D'Lo. But I am very impressed with the way that they have both defended. LeBron has been getting after it defensively. Talked about that. This team as a whole has been very good. Max Christie, Gabe Vincent, and Cam Reddish have really just been the perimeter anchors. Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, obviously. But I really just love to see that this team is competing on a nightly basis, at least so far. And I just hope it's sustainable. Still need a trade. Doesn't change the fact that we need a trade. To me, it means even more that we need a trade. You should be looking at this and the way that the Lakers have been defensively, and it should be blatantly obvious. We need to go pull something off. We need to go get a trade done, because imagine if we had some real athletes and we had some real two-way guys that were, if we could be number 1, or not even number 1, say top 7, 10 defensively in the league, but we're a top 5 offense. Now you're a contender, right? So that's kind of my hope and direction they go. But the Lakers couldn't have done this at a better time, kind of gotten the ship right a little bit. Again, we'll see if that can continue. We'll see if they're actually able to maintain this. But if they can, Lakers could really gain some traction here. So right now, the Lakers are the 6th seed at 16 and 12, but they're tied for 5th with the Nuggets. The Nuggets ended up winning. Who was it? The Pelicans. Pelicans sold. They ended up, they had that game and they blew it and then lost in overtime. Bad teams find ways to lose, but nonetheless, right? Lakers currently sitting as the 6th seed. They are only 3.5 games back of the 2 seed Memphis Grizzlies and only 3 games back of the 3 seed Houston Rockets, right? So the Lakers, again, they're right in the thick of it. Right in the thick of it. They go on a decent run here. They go win 8 out of 10 or something like that. They could be easily in that 4 seed, maybe a game or so out of that 3 seed, or if one of these teams end up having a little hiccup or something themselves, boom, look up, Lakers could be in the thick. Thing is, the Western Conference is going to be a fight pretty much all season, right? Because, you even look at it the other way. Lakers are only a game and a half out of, or ahead of, being out of the play-in entirely. That's how tight the Western Conference is. The Western Conference is so tight. The Lakers, if they go on a 2-game losing streak, could be the 11th seed, right? So Lakers need to make sure that they are sticking to the script, working hard, playing both sides of the basketball to the best of their ability, and continuing to rattling off some wins. But more than anything, you look at their schedule, they don't leave California till January 3rd minimum. They have their next 6 games are in California, and 5 out of those 6 are at home. The only game that's on the road is the Christmas Day game in Golden State against the Warriors, right? So they're still in California. So you have the Pistons at home. Then you have the Warriors in Golden State. Then you have Sacramento at home, who you've beaten 3 times. Then you have the Cleveland Cavaliers at home, which that'll be a tough game. Then you have the Portland Trail Blazers. And then you have the Atlanta Hawks. In all honesty, the Lakers should win 5 out of those 6. The Cavs are the only game that they could lose and would be justifiable, right? They should beat the Pistons, even though the Pistons just beat us, right? The last go around. Warriors are struggling mightily right now. Lakers should handle business there. Sacramento, we've beaten 3 straight times. Portland is Portland. And the Atlanta Hawks, we should have won the first time, right? So Lakers have an opportunity here. They can go win 5 out of these 6 games, or at worst 4. Let's say at worst you go 4-2 during this stretch before they got a very heavy road schedule coming up. So you need to gain as much traction in the standings as possible. You win 4 of those games, all of a sudden, again, like I said, you could be looking at a real move up in the standings, be 20 and 14, and again, be just in a really good position. But it is one game at a time, right? So first focus is the team that is in front of you. That is the Detroit Pistons, right? Lakers need to make sure that they're handling business. Detroit, they want to win, right? They are currently a play-in team. And they aren't that far out in the Eastern Conference. It's the East, right? Like, you can be under 500 and be a 5th seed, right? Big difference. But you look at Detroit right now, they are the 10th seed. They're 12-17. They're coming off of a big win on the road against the Phoenix Suns. They are only 2 games out of the 7th seed and 2.5 games out of that 6th spot. So they're not that far out themselves to where they could actually be a playoff team. So they're going to want to get this win. They're going to want to win this game. Like I said, they beat us already once very handedly, right? Like it wasn't even close, right? Like, we got absolutely smacked up on. So you look at that last Detroit game, I mean, they basically dominated a start to finish. They won 115-103, but it really wasn't that close. I mean, Lakers just, they weren't very good that game. And it was a game in which we should have won. That was the game, like, Anthony Davis had like 40 or 37. And yeah, they steamrolled us. Like, honestly, they ran through us, and we got to make sure that we're handling business. We got to make sure that we're playing to our strengths. The defensive intensity needs to maintain. The defensive intensity has to stay there. It'd be nice if we could get some offense to come around. And LeBron James and Anthony Davis not having to give us 60. Anthony Davis coming off of a bad game. And look, I've said it. I can look past the poor offensive night. It happens. He only took 10 shots, right? So I can look past that. Team was trying to pack him, trying to get the ball out of his hands. He was making plays, doing stuff. We were cooking. I've even said I don't mind. I actually prefer those 80 games where he's like, 23, 15, and 6, right? From like an assist standpoint, because it's just, he's more impactful. It just makes the Lakers overall as a team better. But I can't look past and excuse those missed free throws. It is incredibly frustrating to see him just choke at dude, he's like the last guy in the league you want on the line in crunch time. Now, you want to talk about, being the moment being too big. And it's not that's the last thing we need is like the playoffs or something where, you're in an elimination game or something and 80's on the line to save your season or something. It's just like, oh my God, please don't. Don't be in that position. But again, Lakers have to make sure that they're handling they have to make sure that they're handling business. They have to make sure that they're focused and locked in. Rob, he needs to get some stuff done. He needs to get some trades done. But like I've talked about, what's the best way to get some trades done and get some moves and get some things together? Patience, right? And the only way that we can be patient is if the Lakers are holding up their end of the deal, right? If the Lakers are winning games and keeping pace, then that just makes it so much easier for LeBron or for Rob Pelinka to, work out deals, because now he can come from a standpoint of we would like rather than we need, right? It's very different when it's like we have to get this guy, and teams know you have to get this guy, and rather than like, hey, we'd really like to have this guy. We don't need him. We can look elsewhere. We'll be patient. We're not just gonna give you the first offer you throw out there. But, if we can work some out here, then we'll work it out, rather than like, hey, we really need that guy. And everyone's like, okay, well, it's 2 firsts. And it's like, okay. Like, I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that coming. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Yeah, anyway, Lakers got to handle business. You're right there. You're in the thick of it. Get it done. Start one game at a time, like I mentioned. Got to rattle off this first win, and Lakers will be in good shape. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Think the Lakers can kind of keep pace, kind of stay in the thick of it, kind of continue to play hard and work hard to rattle off some wins here and gain some traction. You think a trade's coming, think it's not. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, either way, I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.